meet this week's What's My Line panel. First, Huntington, West Virginia's Butterball, Soupy Sales.
Thank you, I think. Johnny O's Butterball, that's a turkey. Now I know. Good afternoon. And it's a pleasure to welcome back to the show the very beautiful star of Broadway and a lot of great television hits. Would you please welcome Anita Gillette?
Feel any butter around there.
Make bigger circles.
I'd like to introduce now a bon vivant, raconteur, man about town. Anyway, he's terrific and his wife's gonna get so jealous if I don't shut up. Mr. Bennett Cerf.
For the last 20 years, people have been saying to me, what is Arlene Francis really like? Well, she's really one of the nicest people in the world. See for yourself. Here she is, Miss Arlene Francis.
I can only do it once. I'm too shy and too old. And now, for the 593rd time, I introduce with great pleasure Wally Bruner.
Thank you, Arlene, and welcome to What's My Line. I thought you said the skirt came off as you came on. No?
Eventually.
Eventually. All right. Welcome, everyone, to 30 minutes of what we think will be fun coming up, and I think we might as well get it started along. So, will our first challenger enter and sign in, please? Ernest Wagner. All right, panel. Ernest Wagner is involved in the field of transportation. And now let's show our audience just what his line is.
Transportation.
So may I remind you again, Mr. Wagner is involved in the field of transportation, and we'll begin with Soupy Sales.
Thank you, Wally. Mr. Wagner, this transportation, is this done for a profit-making organization?
Right. Yes.
In this form of transportation, is it a vehicle that we would look for in this?
Yes.
Is it a four-wheel vehicle?
No.
One down. Anita.
I'm sorry, but I have to disqualify myself for reasons I'll explain later.
All right, dear. Thank you.
Sorry.
Bennett.
Mr. Wagner, is the transportation with which you're connected ever travel through the air?
No.
Two down. Arlene.
Does it travel through the water?
Yes.
Is this something larger than a sailboat?
Yes.
Does it carry several passengers?
Yes.
Is it a ferry?
No.
Three down. Soupy.
Is there any jet power ever used on this boat?
No.
Four down. Bennett.
Would this boat be connected with a very, very large steamship company?
No.
No.
No?
Five down. Arlene.
It's not associated with a steamship company.
With a very large steamship company was Bennett's question.
But is it some steamship line?
Yes.
Well, in a way.
In a way it is.
In a way it is. If I wanted to travel on it, could I?
Yes.
In other words, it is a passenger ship.
Yes.
I don't really know what I'm looking for.
Well, you're looking for his line. What do you think?
He's the captain of the ship.
Yes, but it's a kind of a very special sort of...
A very special sort of captain?
Of a very special sort of ship.
Bennett thinks he has a weenie over here.
It isn't Bennett's turn, though.
No. I can't think of what...
Would you like to pass?
Yes, I will.
Soupy.
Oh, then it's got to be like the old Mississippi Riverboat.
That's it. But Ernest Wagner is the captain of America's last overnight passenger riverboat, the Delta Queen.
Delta Queen.
And there used to be 3 of them that stopped in my hometown of Tell City, Indiana, Captain. The Island Queen, the Avalon, and the Delta Queen.
The Island Queen was the first boat I ever worked on.
Really?
That was the first.
Well, it was a side wheeler. Was it a side wheeler?
Right.
Right. And the Delta Queen now is what, a back
Stern wheeler.
She's a stern wheeler. Right. Well, boy, the Delta Queen has quite a history too, though, doesn't it?
Yes, it really has. The Delta Queen's 300 feet long. It's 58 feet wide. It hauls 192 passengers for overnight. It has a crew of 75. And it is the only one inland river boats that haul passengers for overnight.
Very good. Do you still make the stops along the Ohio?
Yes, sir, we sure do.
At Tell City and Evansville?
I stopped at Tell City last year for the first time in about 8 years with the Delta Queen.
Wow. Yes.
I'd like to ask Captain Wagner, why are you going out of service?
Oh, they're not. You're not going out of service, are you?
Oh, no, they just got an extension for 3 years.
Oh, I had heard that
There was a problem with a wooden-hulled boat hauling passengers, but I think Congress passed a special...
Right. The Delta Queen is now in New Orleans, Louisiana, at Avondale Dry Dock, being put in shape. It'll be better shape now when it comes out of dry dock in April than it's been in the last 40 years.
Well, now, Captain Wagner has brought with him some film of life on the river with the Delta Queen. Why don't we take a look at it as he explains? There she goes. Where is this taken, Captain?
Someplace on the Ohio River. I don't know just where. I don't remember the photographer who was on there, but I recognized one of the pilots, and I know he was an Ohio River pilot. So that's one reason I do know that it was on the Ohio River.
It's really like a huge big houseboat, isn't it? Just an enormous big houseboat.
Yeah, when you ride the Delta Queen, it kind of puts you back in the Mark Twain days. You think you're,
Now, as I recall, there was a ballroom on it and a place for the orchestra and dancing and everything.
Right.
And a full dining room. What, 3 decks?
It's actually 5 decks all total.
And counting the 2 below.
Right.
Right. And you've got a big veranda upstairs, and this is still steam powered, right?
Right. Everything is operated on the Delta Queen by steam. I mean, we make our electricity by steam, with steam. All the machinery is operated by steam. The pitments you see going around is operated by steam.
Do you still have the calliope on it?
Oh, yes. That's a big asset to the Delta Queen, eh?
And I know when you used to come into town and start to dock, the calliope would be Roll Out the Barrel and all the other great old riverboat songs.
Yeah, I still have to play when I pass Tell City for your friend there.
Oh, Bert Finn.
Finn.
Yeah, well, they used to ship chairs on riverboats down from Tell City to New Orleans on boats, I guess, very similar to this.
Yeah, I haul one since I've been captain of the Delta Queen. I haul one from Tell City to the mayor of New Orleans.
Now, what is this? What did we see just there? That was the ballroom.
That was the cruise director and his entertaining crew that you just saw there on the Texas deck out with the bell.
Now, Anita, I'm sorry. Would you explain why you disqualified yourself?
Well, I happened to come in the wrong entrance at the same time Mr. Wagner came in, and I inadvertently heard somebody say, "Oh, you must be the captain of the Delta Queen." I thought, "Oh, I'm in the wrong place." I'm sorry.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it very much. It's the fair way to play the game. If you know something in advance, you disqualify yourself. And, Captain, it's a pleasure meeting you, sir, and having you with us on What's My Line.
Thank you very much.
You bet. What's My Line will continue right after this word. When you grew up in a small town in Indiana, the highlight of the year was when the riverboat stopped.
Yeah.
And that was one brief afternoon, so you didn't have a great deal to look forward to, but it was a lot of fun. Have you ever been on a riverboat, Bennett?
No, but I just want to check a rumor, Wally. There's a rumor around that today is your birthday.
That's a terribly bad rumor, Bennett, and I'm going to
that
shoot
true?
you after the show.
It is, isn't it?
Birthday, isn't it?
It
That's
is.
right.
Would you like to tell everybody how?
Now, this is the one, I stopped counting on my last one, so
I don't know how old Wally Bruner is, but they brought in the birthday cake and lit the candles, and it barbecued our ceiling.
And on that note, let's meet another challenger right away, will we? Will you enter and sign in, please? John Nicholas. Mr. Nicholas, where are you from?
Westport, Connecticut.
All right, panel, John Nicholas deals with a product. And now let's show the audience just what that product is. I'll remind you it's a product you're after, and we'll begin with Arlene.
Thank you. Mr. Nicholas, is this product one that any of us on the panel might have come in contact with at one time or another?
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Is it now, or has it ever been alive?
No.
One down, Soupy.
Is it the kind of product, if you were out, you would take use of it? Like, does it ever contain anything?
Now, which are you asking?
Well, just pick out what you want, Wally. No, does it ever hold anything?
Is it a container of some
Container
sort?
of some kind.
No.
Two down, Anita.
Does this product come in contact with the body other than the hands?
Yes.
It does. Is it, would I sit on it?
No.
No, I wouldn't sit on it.
Three down, Bennett.
Mr. Nicholas, the famous artist school is up at Westport. Have you any connection whatever with that institution?
None that I know of.
Good answer. Four down, Arlene.
Is there anything entertaining about this product?
Occasionally.
But not really. Five down, Soupy.
Does it ever come in different colors?
No.
Six down, Anita.
Is it something that is, when you use the product, that you derive some sort of benefit from it? Either
Definitely.
Oh,
you
yes.
do derive some benefit from it. Is it beneficial in another way than health?
No.
No.
Aha.
Seven down, Bennett.
Mr. Nicholas, is this product taken internally?
Yes, it is.
Is it, it's either food or drink then? It's either a solid or a liquid. It has to be.
That's a much better way to put the question. Yes.
Yes.
Is it a solid?
Yes.
Is it come in pill form?
Yes.
Is it the kind of pill that either peps you up or soothes you down?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Do you have a guess? Our time is
Sort
up.
of like bicarbonate of soda, Alka-Seltzer, or...
It's a hangover pill.
You're right.
It's done it.
But I'm going to flip all the cards anyway, okay?
It's okay with me.
Because I just got a free package of hangover pills, and they're called Chasers. And Mr. Nicholas is president of the Kerry Corporation, manufacturers and distributors of what is called Chaser for Hangovers. And there you can... That's a rather apt name of the product, John.
Actually, we're just dumb luck. We have the name. I wanted to call it Rebound, and but we couldn't register Rebound, and we wound up with Chaser, which I think is a very much better name.
But you know, there are quite a few of these things on the market. What makes yours different than the others?
Well, if you look closely at most of the others, they do not say for hangover. They say for something called overindulgence and food and drink.
Yeah, and you look at the others and you read the instructions and it says, take with a quart of whiskey.
So that's the unique thing. It says exactly what it's for, and
And it works.
it works.
Well, John, thank you so much. We were going to say you won the game, and we enjoyed having you as a guest on What's My Line.
Glad you.
We'll be back to meet our Who's Who team from the studio audience as What's My Line continues. And now let's meet our Who's Who team from the studio audience. So, Lloyd, will you open the curtains, please? Here, panel, you see four people from the audience, and here is a list of their actual occupations: mechanical engineer, salesman, math teacher, and social worker. All you have to do is hand out all 4 cards so that each person is holding the cards representing their job. We'll begin with Soupy. You have 20 seconds. That means they've won $25. Anita. Oh, and that means they've won $50. Bennett. Oh, very well done, Bennett. That means they've won $75. Arlene, last chance. That means they've won $100. All right, gentlemen, would you reshuffle your signs so each of you has the correct sign? And now, beginning with our math teacher, sir, would you tell us who's who?
I'm John Rushing, a math teacher.
I'm Richard Mango, mechanical engineer.
I'm Daniel Ovey, social worker.
I'm Jerry Sosner, salesman.
Your team has won $100, and we'll have a gift for each of you. Thank you for playing Who's Who on What's My Line.
Each member of our Who's Who team will receive the Samsonite attaché case, featuring a color-coordinated portfolio and exterior, light-strong magnesium frames, and scuff and stain-resistant cover from Samsonite.
And now, panel, it's mystery guest time with the blindfolds in place. Mystery challenger, will you enter and sign in, please? All right, panel, you know it's one question at a time. I'll give you 2 minutes to try and establish the identity of our mystery guest, and we'll begin with Bennett Cerf.
Are you a member of the entertainment industry?
That's right, sweetheart.
Arlene.
Are you appearing in the Broadway theater?
No, I'm not, Hot Pants.
Soupy.
Are you well known for your parts in the movies?
No.
Anita.
His voice keeps changing. Are you primarily known for your work in television?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am.
Bennett.
Are you on a regular weekly show?
Well, it's as regular as you can be. Might not be too regular next year.
Arlene.
Might not be too regular this year.
No. Well, it is indeed a regular television show.
Okay. Is it a television series, a dramatic series?
That's right, Hot Pants.
Soupy.
Listen, sweetheart, would that be on ABC?
That's right, sweetheart.
Anita.
Are you some sort of detective or police person?
You bet your grape.
Bennett.
I pass. I haven't the vaguest idea.
Arlene.
Wait a minute, now I think.
10 seconds.
Is it Ben Gazzara?
No, I'm not that, no.
Soupy.
I have a feeling it's Burt Reynolds.
You're right.
I get a help.
Of course, Burt is the star of, or Burt is Dan August. How do I say this? You're not only the star,
You
but
can say it any way you want. It's your show, Wally.
Any way I want. ABC TV's Dan August, which is a police lieutenant, detective.
Right. Yes.
And it's a good show.
Thank you.
We've enjoyed it very much. I understand you've been on the talk show circuit.
I'm the Betsy Palmer of nighttime television. Suddenly, I'm on all these panel shows and talk shows, and they keep saying, "I didn't know you were that funny." And I said, "Well, I had injections of Soupy Sales blood."
Oh, your blood brothers. Huh?
Yes.
But no, that brings up something. You're part Indian, I understand.
Yes, my father's Cherokee. My mother's Italian.
Where were you from, Bert, originally? What part of the country?
My father's originally from North Carolina, but I'm from Florida.
I didn't know there were Cherokees in...
There's a little town in North Carolina called Cherokee, North Carolina, you dummy.
Really, is there?
It's full of Cherokees, yes.
I didn't know. I really didn't know that
Cherokee. There was a man named Jackson who was president at one time, and he started a little crew called the Trail of Tears, and he drove all the Cherokees from North Carolina to Oklahoma.
You're right.
One of Bert's first big hits in TV was on a series called Riverboat, like the Captain Wagner that was here.
Right.
Isn't that right, Bert?
Yes, that's right.
Am I listening you up?
Sorry, we don't have more time to reminisce, but Bert, our time is up. Thank you for joining us on What's My Line. What's My Line will continue right after this word. Now, panel, we have exactly 60 seconds for honest answers. To Bennett and Arlene, how long have you appeared on panel shows together?
You answer, Arlene.
Well, we appeared on the nighttime Sunday television show. I think it was 15 years.
17.
17 years it was
17.
on, but you weren't on the first year, were you?
I was on after 8 shows.
Oh, were you? Right away.
And it was really wild because that was one of the first times when they found out that Arlene was 12 years old working and doing panel shows.
She was in short pants then, and here she is back in them now.
No, but it's been what? It's been over 20 years, hasn't it, for the two of you?
Oh, yes.
And you've been friends even...
We're in our 21st year. We live next to each other in the country. Our sons went to school together, and we love each other dearly.
Bennett, does your wife and Arlene, does your husband, do they speak?
Very good.
Yes.
Very good friends.
Thank you for your honest answer. That's it. See you tomorrow on What's My Line.
And I'm very pleased to present a lady that I've been in love with more than either one of us, more years than either one of us cares to admit, Miss Arlene Francis.
You know, the moderator of this show has to have experience and sympathy, and for many years, John Daly brought his formidable knowledge to this program. Well, today we're going to be guided by a young, attractive man who has gone from war correspondent to game player and does them all wonderfully, Mr. Wally Bruner.
Arlene, I've always admired your introduction so very much, and the one today, it's just...
It was just lovely, wasn't it?
Magnificent,
Oh,
I'm
good.
telling you. But let me say to all of you, welcome to What's My Line, and I'd like to tell you that during the next 30 minutes, you're going to meet lots of interesting people engaged in occupations which we hope are going to baffle our panel. And a bit later on, and in addition to the many interesting people, we're going to have a mystery celebrity that the panel is going to try to guess just exactly who that is. So now, panel, if you're all ready and all set, let's meet our first challenger, and will you come in and sign in, please? Pearl Epstein. Well, Mrs. Epstein, welcome to What's My Line. Where are you from?
New York City.
From right here in good old Manhattan. And do you know how to play the game?
Mm-hmm.
Know all about it? Well, let's refresh our audience and our panel as well. I'd like to tell you that for every no answer that Mrs. Epstein is able to give our panel, she wins $5. And if she gives 10 no answers, that means you've baffled the panel and won the game. So if you're all set to go, let's let the audience know exactly what you do for a living. All right, panel, we'll start it out, and I'll say Mrs. Epstein is salaried and deals in the service, and let's begin the questioning with Arlene Francis.
Mrs. Epstein, do you work for a profit-making organization?
Yes, I do.
Do you work indoors?
Usually.
Do people come to you for your service?
They can.
Is your service available to both men and women?
Yes.
Are your hours regular from 9 to 5 as a rule? I'm not giving the example.
Mine aren't, but they could be.
I don't think that her hours would really have a great deal to do with the service that she may well perform. So, yes, it could be from 9 to 5, just as easily as it could be, you know, from 5 to 8 or something like that.
Do you move around in your job at all?
Yes.
When you are moving around, are you in anything in particular? Are you in any form of vehicle?
In any form of vehicle. We'll give you a no to that, and that's 1 down, Arlene, and we go on to soupy sales.
Do you wear a uniform in the kind of work you do?
You mean something other than what she is wearing at the present time? Other than street clothes?
Yeah, other than street clothes.
Usually.
Yes.
Is that for decoration, or is it to keep it from getting messed up?
Yes or no? Oh, would you like to rephrase that?
I'd just like to get a right answer. Is it a product in what you deal?
No.
No, this is a service, Soupy. No product, so it's 2 down, and we go on to Meredith McRae.
Right. Now, you do wear a type of uniform, right?
That has been established.
Yeah.
Okay. When you perform your service, if I were to go to you, would I come out with any kind of a degree? Would you instruct me, let's say, in any way?
One question.
All right. Would you instruct me in any way?
Yes.
Yes.
You would. All right. Now I'll ask, would I come out with any kind of a degree?
You mean like a formal degree, a Bachelor
Well, no,
of
I'm
Science,
even thinking
Bachelor of Arts?
of like, oh, let's say in judo, for instance, you would come out with a degree.
No,
No,
there's
I
no
think
degree.
not. No.
Okay.
So that's 3 down, and let's go to Gene Rayburn.
Is the uniform you wear an all-white uniform?
No.
No. 4 down, Arlene.
Is the instruction that you give a useful instruction?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it in instruction that might be considered in any way athletic?
It might.
In the broad sense, I think we might term it.
Do you touch the person when you are giving them instruction?
One could, I don't know.
No. So I think it isn't necessary, so we're going to give you a no, and that's 5 down and back to Soupy.
I would come to you for this type of service.
Yes.
You would never come to my house.
I can't tell.
More likely. You're such a handsome, charming man, Soupy, you know, but under normal circumstances, I don't think you'd be coming here.
Would you, you say it's a service, and it applies both to men and women.
Right.
Is this something that would make me physically better?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it a type of exercise?
It could be, yes.
Yes.
You could classify it that way.
Would it help my body from the waist up?
The whole body.
Yes. Whoops. But yes. Don't help them too much. We want you to win the game now.
She looked at you as though you needed it, too.
And I don't know what it is, but I need it. Oh, I'm still on.
You're still on.
Now we have to determine what kind of exercise. Is it? We've decided it is an exercise.
Yes, I believe
I
we
think so,
established that
yeah.
it is an exercise.
The whole body. Would it have something to do if I wanted to like lose weight?
It might.
I pass.
All right.
Meredith.
Yes. In this exercise that we do, would it take place in a gymnasium-type place?
Not necessarily.
But it could. It would not
It
rule out.
could.
I think in normal circumstances, this might be one thing that
All
you
right.
would
Do you teach or instruct a physical fitness class?
No.
No. So that's 6 down, and we go to Gene Rayburn.
Could this group of 4 people come to you as a group? Would you do whatever you do, all of us at one time?
Yes.
And do you ever wear a tutu when you're doing this?
No.
Huh? You
No.
don't. You don't.
No.
And that's 7 down, and Arlene, you have a gleam in your eye.
Yes.
You have a
See
gleam.
you in your ballet class.
You've never seen me in a tutu. And you never will.
Do you ever work on or near water?
I don't.
No. So that's 8 down, and Soupy, how are you doing?
Pass, Soupy. Be smart.
I'm going to give you another 30 seconds.
Well, she never works near water, but what she does, she comes in. You come in contact with the body, right?
Generally, yes.
Yes.
Are you a masseuse?
No.
No, that's 9 down. I'm just going to flip all the cards,
Can I
panel.
make one wild guess?
One wild guess.
Are you a fencing instructor?
No.
No. So that does really flip all the cards, and you've won the game and stumped the panel. And would you like to tell the panel what your occupation is?
A yoga instructor.
And we'll meet our next challenger when What's My Line continues. We're behind 1-0, but, we're not going to give up. We have some more interesting people for you to meet. And right now, will our next challenger please enter and sign in? Henry Parcell. Mr. Parcell, welcome to What's My Line.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Manawan, New Jersey.
Manawan?
Yes.
What part
That's
of...
in central New Jersey, near the shore.
In central New Jersey. You understand how to play What's My Line?
Yes, I do.
All right. If you know how to play, our panel, I think, is up to it also right now. So let's let the audience know exactly what it is you do for a living. Panel, I'd like to tell you that Mr. Parcell is salaried and deals in a product. And let's begin the questioning with Soupy Sales.
It's a product, and you're salaried. Would I come to you for this product?
Possibly.
It's possible. It's possible.
I mean, I would come to you rather than you come to me. I mean, say to my house.
No, I wouldn't come to your house.
I would come to you. Is it a...
How did you get 2 questions and 1 no answer and you're still continuing? But go ahead.
Because I'm sneaky. That's it. Well, by coming to you, would I feel better?
No.
No. 1 down and we go to Meredith McRae.
Can your product be used by both men and women?
Yes.
All right. Does your product come in contact with the body in any way?
Yes.
It does. Does your product come in contact with the body above the waist?
No.
Above the waist?
No.
No. And that's 2 down and we go to Gene Raber.
Would it increase my physical well-being to you?
No.
No?
Your physical... That's 3 down and we go to Arlene Francis.
Is this product for anything other than the human race?
No.
No.
It's only for the human race.
Only for the human race. 4 down and we go to Soupy Sales.
If it wouldn't help Gene Rayburn, then there's no sense asking would it help me. Is it something that I would use in my house?
Yes.
Uh-huh. In one particular room as better, say it would have been on the first floor of my house.
I think we'll have to give you a no, Soupy. I really don't think that this is something that you would use any more so in one room of the house than you would in any other room of the house, although there might be one room of the house where this is kept. But under normal circumstances, I think we're going to give you a no and say it's 5 down and go to Meredith McRae.
You ask him.
It's funny, whatever it is. Is one able to wear this product?
Yes.
Yes. Is the product an undergarment?
Yes.
In the general broad field of undergarments, I would say as well.
Is the product a girdle?
No.
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 So that's 6 down. Gene?
Well, obviously, it's something that women wear more than men, right?
No.
No. 7 down and Arlene.
Now, we just had it that men don't wear it.
Yeah.
Soupy doesn't wear it, and men and women don't wear it. Is that what you said?
That's
Go
correct.
get him, Arlene.
Well, the only reason I'm posing it that way is that I asked if it was for anything other than the human race, and you
Keep
said
thinking.
you said no.
That's
so
right.
I mean, I have.
Would you like to
rule
ask
out-
that question again?
All right. Do we rule out the animal kingdom then?
Yes?
I would say
we
yes,
rule out
yes.
the animal kingdom.
It's not used by the human race or the animal kingdom.
Oh, no.
No.
No, we did not rule out that it was not you. We did not rule out the human race.
It is used by the human race.
It is used by the human race.
And when the human race uses it, they use it from the waist down.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it also used from the waist up?
No.
That has been established, but you ask it again, so you get another no, and that's 8 down, and we go to Soupy Sales.
Well, is this something that would have to do, would it help me to walk or dance better?
No.
9 down, and Meredith.
If the product isn't worn by men and women, is the product worn more by children?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Ooh, now I don't know what to say. Okay, it's a form of undergarment in a way, and it's worn by children, and it's funny. Gosh,
want
is
any
it?
help there?
Yes, I'll pass to Arlene.
I'm next.
Probably in
All right,
diapers.
pass it.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, diapers is the obvious
That's
answer.
right. I want to tell the panel, Mr. Parcell is a diaper salesman. He is really the national account executive, and that's the Chicopee Mills Incorporated. It's a division of Johnson & Johnson, and he makes all kind of diapers, square ones, rectangular ones, and some are even, most of them are white, aren't they?
They're all white.
They're all white. Mr. Parcell, thank you so much. And you've won...
I have a great slogan for Mr. Parnell's company. We never mangle your baby's triangle.
But you did not stump the panel. But you did win $45, and thank you so much for being with us on What's My Line.
Thank you.
And we'll be back to meet our mystery guest as What's My Line continues. Now it's mystery guest time on What's My Line. Panel, are the blindfolds all in place?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right.
they are.
Yes, sir. You're completely covered and can't see a thing, right?
No.
Okay, so mystery guest, will you enter and sign in, please? All right, panel, as you know, when we have our mystery guests, we change the rules just a bit. It's one question at a time, and I'm going to give you 2 minutes to establish the identity of our mystery guest, since he is such a well-known whoops. And we're going to begin the questioning right now with Meredith McRae.
All right, are you in the entertainment field?
Yes.
Gene Rayburn.
Was that yes?
That was a yes.
Oh. Are you currently now playing or seen in New York?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you playing in a Broadway musical?
Yes.
Yes. Soupy.
Is there just one of you? Or is there one or two?
Yes, there is just one of you. Meredith.
Yes, are you primarily known for comedy as opposed to drama?
Oh.
No. Gene Rayburn.
In your current appearance, do you sing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Arlene.
Is your wife in the show with you?
Oh.
No. Soupy Sales.
Is there another male who is like, your co-star in this show?
Oh.
No.
Are you Joel Grey?
Yes! Oh, very good, Meredith. Very good. Joel, our congratulations. You went from cabaret directly to George M. You have one big hit right to another hit, right?
Well, it's been a good year.
Oh, it's been a marvelous year. This, we can't really say that even cabaret was your beginning. You've been in the business for a long time for your youth.
Yes, 25 years so far.
And you can't be 30 yet.
Oh, I'm 36.
Oh, that's a long time.
I started late.
But one hit right after another, you're to be congratulated. I understand the show is marvelous.
Well,
simply marvelous.
I enjoyed doing it.
All right, Joel, thank you so much for being with us.
And here's Jolly Wally.
Thank you, Arlene, and welcome everyone to What's My Line. That was quite an entrance, Arlene. Very reminiscent.
I feel a little like Gone with the Wind.
Do you really?
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe that's because you're seated next to Henry. Huh? No, I didn't mean that. But let's meet our first challenger. So, will you enter and sign in, please? Mr. X. Panel, this is Mr. X, and may I tell you that Mr. X is concerned with a product. And now let's show our audience just who our guest is and what his product is. And we'll begin with Henry Morgan.
It's your first mistake today. Mr. X, is your name associated with the product?
Yes, it is.
Is the product named after you?
Sometime.
Does it go in and out, up and down?
In clarification, Henry, may I say that this gentleman is the innovator of a particular product. There are copies now which are about, but this gentleman is the innovator.
Okay. Is this product used mainly by one sex?
Yes, it is.
Men?
No.
One down, Arlene.
Is this product something that is seen on the person?
Yes.
On women?
Yes.
Is it seen if somebody were to come into my house and I had this on, would the person be able to see it immediately?
Hopefully.
Is it something other than a dress?
Yes.
Is it what might have been called at one time something in the lingerie line?
No.
Two down, Soupy.
Well, in all fairness to Mr. X, who I'm sure if I hear the name I would know, can I rule out that your name is Valentino?
You can rule that out.
All right. No, I'm sure if I hear the name I'll know. It's because I don't recognize you on sight. But would the clothing be the new sensation hot pants?
That's
Yes.
it.
Is that right?
May I formally introduce you to hot pants fashion designer Halston? And not to make a pun, but Halston is probably one of the hottest young fashion designers today. He has won 2 Cody Awards, and he has been chosen as the American representative to an international fashion event in Mexico. Now, for whom do you design?
Well, I think I designed for the contemporary woman of any age, really.
You don't think that any particular age is involved in hot pants?
I don't really think so, depending upon the legs. If you can wear a bathing suit, you can wear hot pants. But I make well for a lot of star people like Liza Minnelli and Ally McGraw, and I do things for Mrs. Onassis and Mrs. William Paley, all sorts.
So all age groups?
All age groups and all types.
Right. Now, you got a special Cody Award for the total concept in fashion. What does this mean?
Well, that meant that it was everything. It had to do with hats and wigs and ready-to-wear and shoes and accessories and everything.
So you don't just design the hot pants themselves?
No, I do everything.
You do the whole and
Absolutely.
complete outfit. Well, as I'm sure that you were all hoping, panel, Halston has arranged a hot pants fashion show for us. Yeah. How about that? And just so none of you miss anything, particularly Henry and Soupy, we've got special seats for the 4 of you, so Lloyd, may we open the curtain, please? And panel, you see 4 chairs. Arlene and Henry, would you take one set, and Sandy and Soupy the other set, please? Is everyone comfy? All right, if everyone is comfy, may I say, on with the show.
This is Naomi Sims in my newest wig and head-hugging fashion called Marla. It closely follows the hairstyles of the 40s. This is available in 20 shades. Naomi's wig is a great contrast to the bright red hot pants jumpsuit and flowing red wool jersey cape. The cape is bordered in black braid, and the belt is designed with silver hearts. Black boots are the perfect leg fashion.
And thank you, Naomi.
And this is Karen. Fashion right for almost anywhere is Karen. She's wearing the Halston wig called Laura. This is a really 2 wigs in one. It can be worn forwards and backwards and gives 2 different looks. The scarf around her neck adds a dramatic touch to Karen's blue suede jacket that is worn over a t-shirt and complements her matching hot pants. The total look is complemented with her leather jockey boots.
Lovely. Thank you, Karen.
And here's Pat Cleveland, sporting one of my newest wigs for Abbott tresses, the Mindy, which is another turnabout. Worn this way, it's a mass of curls. Turned around, it's smooth and sleek. Pat is wearing a man-tailored vest with buttons up the front over a classic sweater with matching shorts. Her leg fashion is pull-on jockey boots.
Thank you, Pat.
And here's Heidi. Under her turban, she's wearing my new Hetty wig for Abbott tresses. The jacket is really short-sleeved body shirt with its own belt, which creates a one-piece look. Pure silk jersey and brilliant purple is the hot pants story for our last model.
Lovely, and thank you, Heidi. All right, panel, if you can tear your eyes away, that means you can now return over here to your desk, huh? But thank you, Halston. It was a pleasure having you with us on What's My Line.
Thank you, Bill.
Did you say goodbye to the panel? What's My Line will continue right after this word. Well, that was fun. Henry and Soupy, did you particularly enjoy that?
I thought it had its moments, yes.
Yes, it certainly did.
What do the ladies think of it? Would either of you wear hot pants?
We were just talking about that, and I think it was very young, but I would be embarrassed about a skirt or something on the street.
How about you, Arlene?
Uncomfortable.
No, I'd wear it underneath a hoop skirt.
I have a pair on under my long pants.
Really? I thought they were just for women.
Well, you put me in a pair of high heels, you can take me any place.
Let's meet our next challenger. Will you enter and sign in, please? Randall Jinks. And where are you from, sir?
Tucson, Arizona, the warm state.
The warm state. All right, panel. Randall Jinks is a second lieutenant in the United States Army. Now, his job in the Army is very unusual. Let's show the audience just what his unusual line is. We'll begin with Miss Francis.
Thank you, Wally. Mr. Jenks does Lieutenant Jenks, does what you do in the Army have anything to do with the way the men look in any way?
No, ma'am.
One down, Soupy.
Mr. Jinks, Lieutenant Jinks, what you do, does it have, or does it ever have anything to do with the ladies of the Army Corps?
Oh, it can.
Yes.
It can.
Mm-hmm. It can.
It can.
Now, when you have something to do with them,
it's illegal.
It's illegal. We'll do a team, Henry.
My wife says it's illegal.
Your wife's okay.
No.
Now, you really have something to do with them. Are you ever in charge of them in any way?
Definitely.
Can we rule out that it has anything to do with sports?
Yes, you can.
Okay, now you've got to be in. Are you in charge of a battalion of WACs?
I'd like to be, but the answer is no.
No. Two down, Sandy.
Does it have anything to do with entertainment?
No, ma'am.
Three down, Henry.
Is what you do with these people in any way instructive?
It can be instructive.
not primarily instructed, but there may be a bit involved.
Well, are you an example of anything?
I'd say about as much as you are.
I never thought of myself that way. What I meant was, do you demonstrate something that the others learn from you?
Sometimes. That's
But not
part of it.
Not really,
It'd be
though,
a
is
part
it?
of it.
Very small part, Henry. So
Yeah.
small, I'm going to give you a no on it. Go on, Arlene. All right.
Do you, whatever your service is, do you do it, or can you help or show or instruct more than one person at a time?
Yes, ma'am.
You have nothing to, may I rule out that you have anything to do with AWOL or anything like that?
You may rule that out, ma'am.
Do you, the way he says ma'am, I feel 110.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Do you have anything to do with the motion, the traveling of any of these people?
No.
5 down, Soupy.
Can we rule out, Lieutenant Jinx, that sports are involved?
You may.
We've already ruled that out. Do you have a guess? Our time is up. I'm flipping all the cards and telling you that Lieutenant Jinx is an Army nurse. But the lieutenant is assigned to the U.S. Army Medical Corps at Fort Huachuca, Arizona. And isn't it a little unusual?
It is very unusual for a man to be a nurse. Currently, out of all the nurses in the United States, 2% are men.
You don't live in the nurses' quarters, do you?
Well, like I said, my wife would rule that out.
Oh, your wife would rule it. Well, how did you happen to go into nursing, Randy?
Well, it's very easy. I had a football injury which needed repair, and I went to a hospital, and the fellow who took care of me was a male nurse, and he got me interested in nursing.
Do any funny things happen to a male nurse?
Yes, there are. One day I was walking in the ward up at Hartford, Connecticut, where I trained at Hartford Hospital School of Nursing. And by the way, I'm the first male graduate in the 90-year history of the school. Thank you. And what happened was there was a lady doctor, and she was taking her medical internship, and we walked into a room where there was a lady with kidney problems, and she looked at the doctor, and she said, "Good afternoon, nurse." And she said, "I'm the doctor." And she looked at me and she said, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm your nurse." And she dropped out of the bed.
Well, Randy, I think it's a very worthwhile profession, and I'm delighted that men are going into it, and you're a good example of one who should be.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
on
sir.
What's My Line. You say goodbye to What's My Line will continue right after this word. All right, and once again, we've reached that very special part of What's My Line, the time we meet our mystery guest. Panel, are the blindfolds securely in place?
Yes, Wally.
All right, mystery challenger, will you enter and sign in, please? All right, panel, our mystery guest has arrived. I'll remind you it's one question at a time. I'll give you 2 minutes to try and establish our guest's identity, and we'll begin with Soupy Sales.
Thank you, Wally. Mystery guest, that was a marvelous ovation. Is that because you're well known due to your appearances on television?
No. Sandy.
Are you known for your work in the theater?
No. Henry.
Are you well known?
Yeah.
Arlene.
Are you well known in the sports world?
Yep.
Soupy.
Oh, he's well known in the sports world. Is that because you are a champion, or you have been a champion?
I don't think you could ever call this gentleman anything else.
Yep.
Sandy?
Yeah, let's find out what's sport. Baseball.
Yep.
Henry.
That was a yeah for baseball. All righty. Are you a pitcher?
Yep.
Arlene.
Well, I just read a terrific story about someone that has been beloved over a long period of years and the Hall of Famer. Are you Satch Paige?
Yes. This is a man that would have rewritten every record book on baseball had he been permitted to play in the major leagues in his prime. Really, in the younger years. Satch, don't you agree?
Yes, I come along back. They got a little confused about my age.
Well, everybody's still a little confused about your age.
Well, I come up to tell it, but I think I better hold it. I thought maybe you did have some kind of dream about it, how old I was, but I see it's the same thing I was when I was with Cleveland, so I'm going to just say I'm a little over 60. Now, and it's the funny thing, I'm the only man in the United States that don't nobody know nothing about his age, and I'm before the people all the time.
I heard that Bill Veck knew how old you were.
Well, Bill Veck do, but Bill Veck's not going to tell it. He's not too far from here now. He and I are together.
You know, it's estimated that Satchel Paige pitched about 2,500 baseball games. And of those, he won over 2,000 out of 2,500 games. What a fantastic record that is. How many years did you pitch? Can you tell us that, Satchel?
Well, I pitched 42 years altogether with grade school and in the Southern League up until I got to the Major League in 1942. To tell you how many games I've pitched, I couldn't tell you because I played winter and summer, and I've pitched about a year where it started in the spring, and I've pitched in a game, pitched as high as 160 ball games. Pitched every day.
When did you finally wrap it up?
I wrapped it up 2 years ago in Atlanta when I was with Atlanta playing some exhibition games.
Well, did Dizzy Dean really help, break it down for you so you could get into the majors?
Yes, he did. When he first won the World Series, he started the Barnstone and women talking about how great I was, and then the rest of the players got out to the tops like Joe DiMaggio and Ted Williams, and it really helped me. It really helped me to get in.
Satchel, if I'm not mistaken, don't you hold the record for the largest attendance of a nighttime ball game of all times when you pitched for Cleveland?
Yes, I do. That was in Cleveland. I had 78,941.
Yes, Henry.
I have the rules home that Satchel Paige made up, the rules to live by. There are about 6 of them. And my favorite, and I'm going to say it wrong, of course, because I had to open my big mouth. Satchel Paige said years ago, never look behind. Something may be gaining on you.
Well, Satchel, we're delighted that you're in the Hall of Fame. I can't think of anyone who deserves it more, and we're also so pleased you could join us on What's My Line.
Well, I'm very glad to be here, too.
Thank you. Satchel Paige. What's My Line will continue right after this word. And now, panel, we have exactly 60 seconds for honest answers. To Soupy. Dennis Camber of Skokie, Illinois, says he saw you in Hell's a Poppin' 67 and Expo 67 in Montreal. And he says, that's part of your career I never heard about. Tell us about it.
Well, when they had Expo 67 in Montreal, Canada, Alexander Cohn got the rights from the Olson and Johnson estate for Hell's a Poppin', and he put together the show, and we did it for 14 weeks, 7 days a week, 2 shows a night at Expo, and it was a big hit.
Good.
And it was very exciting.
Very good. I didn't know you had done that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right. And to Arlene, do you have a big social life, or does radio and television work keep you very busy?
I have a reasonable social life at night, but for the rest of the time, I'm busy with radio and television. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes to both, really.
Yeah.
Thank you for your honest answers. Well, with our Army nurse in the hot pants and Satchel Paige, I think it all fit together fairly well today. And I hope you'll join us tomorrow because we're going to try to make the pieces fit then, too, on What's My Line?